would you please introduce yourself, your name, and spell it for the audience, please?
Ja, dein Num, so und dann eben buchstabieren auf Englisch. Geht das?
Mijn noem.
Also 4 Nummern.
H-A-U-F-F-E-L-S.
And your first name?
Gilbert, G-I-L-B-E-R-T.
So could you pronounce your last name?
Der Familiennummer kann ganz ausschwatzen.
Houfels.
Houfels. So what is your birthday?
This October 11th, 1932.
So you are just 87?
Please?
You're old. How old are you now?
86 in 2 months, 87.
You are a very young man.
Yes, I know that. I feel it also.
That's good. And where were you born?
I was born in Dudelange.
Could you spell it?
Yes, D-U-D-E-L-A-N-G-E.
And Luxembourg, right?
Yes.
Netherlands, Luxembourg. And tell me about your family when you were growing up. Your parents and your siblings.
Yes, I have my father and my mother, and brother is 20 months elder as I.
Mm-hmm.
And they were not happy as I would go to Korea to the war.
Mm.
And as I come back, that's very happy.
So you were happy when you went to Korea?
Happy? No, I had. I was. Is it in? Gespannt.
Oh, he was curious.
Oh.
I was.
Curious? You curieux?
Curious. I was curious to see that country where we never heard of them before, and do adventure.
Mm.
A small thing of adventure.
Adventure.
Yeah.
So, in your school, you didn't learn anything about Korea?
No.
Nobody taught you
No.
anything about Korea?
No.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, it's in this, but history. We learned the history of Luxembourg,
Mm-hmm.
and from the Europe, and small of the other continents.
Mm. So you didn't know anything about Korea?
Never before.
Never before. And you didn't know where Korea was in the map either? No. So tell me about the school you went through. The elementary, middle, and high school. What happened?
I was an Asian tandwikkelschule.
Okay, I don't know how to translate it. What is the layout?
Schon Elektriker geleerd.
Okay, he was visiting a school to become an electrician, someone who is working with electronics.
Mm-hmm. So you went to the school to learn about electricity.
Yes.
Yes. And when did you finish your school?
As with 18 years, and then I come to the army.
When was it? What year did you
It's
join the
50.
army? 1950?
1950, the 29th of May.
Oh. So That is just 1 month before the
No,
Korean
that's
War.
51, 51,
51.
51,
So you joined the army in 1951.
51, yes.
So you already knew that Korean War broke out.
And at that time, I know,
You knew.
because the first detachment of Luxembourg was going to Korea, to the war. So at the time I was by the army, that I know that it was a war in that country.
Did you join the army or you were drafted?
Warst du freiwillig unterwegs?
No. Wie nennt der?
Yeah, he had to complete his compulsory military service.
So it was a compulsory.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes. And so you knew that you are going to the war, the country that you never knew before. Huh?
yes.
Were you
That
not-
was in 52.
1952.
This March, beginning of March 52.
And were you not afraid? You know, you are going to the war and you were not afraid,
Hast du keine Angst für?
No.
but you were curious.
Yeah, that's because I was curious, so I was not afraid.
It's not right. You know, you are going to war. You may lose your life, but you went there because of your curiosity.
It's normally.
So at the time you were 20-year-old, right? When you go to Korea.
19.
19, yes. I'm sorry, I'm constantly adding one more
Yes.
years to your. So what was your specialty?
Ja, beim
I was
Fußball-
a bar, terror shooter with a bar,
The machine gun,
with two feet.
2 feet, and
Yes.
the gun,
Yeah.
machine gun.
Yes.
Yes. And did you learn how to shoot those, or what happened? What was basic military training? Where did you go to the basic military training?
It was. Forgot the name.
Did you go to Belgium?
Yes, in Namur.
For how long did you? Hold
It was for.
Wie einfach von der Plötzeburg zu schwatzen, kannst du ruhig auf Plötzeburg schwatzen und ich übersetzen ihm das dann. Weil sie gerne.
Aber ich kann ja so viel. Wenn ich ein Wort muss ich
Ja, da kannst du
davor
nicht.
nicht.
voll.
Ja.
Und du sollst eben, ja, das ist eine Ballstunde, Training.
Yes, a contract was beginning on the February 4th.
February 4th.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
52. And then we go to Namur in Belgium to make basic training, and also to Braska, which is near Antwerp. And then we had 2 to 3 days free to go to family to say bye-bye. And then we take the plane in Brussels. And from Brussels to Azores Island in the Atlantic.
Atlantic
Yes, it's a small island.
Island.
And then from that to Newfoundland. Newfoundland, Massachusetts, in America, in the States. Then from there to Oklahoma City, and then to Sacramento in California. From there to Hawaii, and from Hawaii to Japan.
Japan where? Sasebo?
Yes.
Sasebo. Uh, why did you have to go through all this the locations in America? Why?
By plane.
By plane. Okay, so that's how you got into Korea.
Yes.
So there was a good experience. You never flew airplane before, right?
No.
No. So there was a good tourism, actually.
Yes, it was tourism.
Yeah. How did you like the America at the time?
Yes, we were only a few hours on their cities, on the airport, and then we fly again.
Did you like America at the time?
I don't know.
Uh,
I had no, really not.
mm-hmm.
And in Hawaii, we had a good time. As we did to fly again to Japan, so we had to wait of a plane coming from Korea. And on that plane it was Andrew Sisters, American singers, the three sisters, and we ook accueillir
They welcomed them.
Ah,
un aide d'honneur.
Yeah, and they made like a laola wave, you know, like in the football stadium.
so how was it? Did they sing well?
Please?
The Andrew Sisters, were they singing well?
Yes, they were singing a cappella, his most liked song, Roman Coca-Cola.
Roman Coca-Cola.
You don't know that?
No. Can you sing?
It's the Roman Coca-Cola.
You still remember that?
Yes.
Oh.
I have a record from the Andrew Sisters.
I see. So we'll get back to that, okay? If you can find that out, and then we can put this thing together with his interview. So from Sasebo, where did you arrive in Korea?
No, that was in Tokyo, as we arrived by plane. And we makes it from Tokyo to Sasebo by train.
Yeah.
Then
From
by
Sasebo,
Sasebo is a boat
boat,
to Busan.
Busan. When did you arrive in Busan? Do you remember?
The day.
Huh?
The day.
Yeah.
It was
Month?
second part of March.
March of 1952.
Too, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And where did you go from there?
From Busan,
Yeah.
we take the train to the north, to Seoul,
Seoul.
and from Seoul by truck.
Yeah.
I don't know the name of that city or this country.
Was it in the near to the Imjin River?
Near, yeah.
Okay, so there was a river, right?
Yes,
And you remember Imjin River?
yes.
Okay. So from Busan to Seoul by train, and then by truck you went near to the Imjin River.
Yes.
Tell me about the country. You said that you never knew where Korea was and you didn't know nothing about Korea. But tell me, what did you see? from Busan up to Imjin River when you were riding and so on, or any part of the city that you saw?
At the beginning, a white plain, and after that, very, very mountains.
Mountains and mountains and
Mountain.
Hmm. Any city you saw? Seoul? Did you see anything?
Seoul, we were not in the Seoul city because we stopped before and then go to the tracks and by tracks to the second line.
Mm-hmm. Did you see any Korean people in the street or anything? What was your image of Korea when you see those things at the time? Tell me just without any hesitation.
Wie war deine Impression von Korea damals?
Vague.
Was?
Vague.
Oh, oui.
Impression vague.
Okay, it was like not a really vague impression, like not a specific.
Not specific? Nothing really?
No, but it was all new.
Was it completely
New and completely contrary to that we see here in Europe.
Mm. So it's quite strange, completely different.
Completely different, yeah.
Mhm. But different is objective. So what did you think about Korea? You told me that you had a curiosity. So now finally you are in Korea. So what is it?
Yes, the first time that the small locations with the roof, with the stray.
Oh, with the houses had like the rooftops were made from straw.
With the old roofs.
So yes.
That was that first that I had another in the memory.
Hmm. So what did you do? What was you said that you are machine gunners.
Yeah.
And so what was your unit?
We were a platoon, 50 persons,
I'm sorry?
and we were incorporated in Belgian battalion,
Belgian battalion.
and Belgian battalion was incorporated in the 65th, yeah, regiment
Regiment.
of American, and we name it Can Do,
Can do.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, later, we came to the 3rd Division.
3rd Division. You joined the 3rd Division.
Yes,
Yes.
in the 7th Regiment.
I see. You have such a good memory.
Yes, I sometimes I think back, so my memory is everything every time, and I'm going to in action.
Okay. So it's like a flash upon you.
Yes.
So what are those images of that you constantly flash upon to you? What are the things that you see now? What are the image that you see most often?
Now, at that
Yeah,
time,
now, yeah.
as for me, it was very, not very, but it was a time where I were personally a man.
Mm-hmm.
Before I was a young man,
Mm-hmm.
and then at that time in Korea, during the war, I became to a man.
So, what do you mean by that? You became a man. I think I understand, but can you be a little bit more specific? Why did you feel that you've been changed?
Because maybe I see I see during the war.
Yeah. What did you see?
There's more many dead.
Yeah. Tell me about it. I mean, tell me one scene that you saw many deaths. How it happened? Who was?
At one time, he was in reserve, and we had training to make trenches. So we're going to buy food from reserve to the White Horse. It was in the White Horse at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And we're falling in artillery fire, and one bomb exploded between me and another.
Mm.
And it wasn't about 20 meters away from one of them, and she falling
Mm-hmm.
10 meters behind me.
Mm.
And that was a good for to keep very fast to the earth.
Mm-hmm.
We heard it happen.
Whistling, you heard a whistling sound?
And then boom.
Bam.
And then I wasn't on the earth.
Uh-huh.
And my friend behind me also. And we were lying at a certain time. And then it was good. And then we are going to the White Horse on front side to the north of the White Horse.
White Horse.
Then we made trenches. And before, it was a big artillery fire during three weeks. So when we make trenches, we with what the pioche.
Digging?
Yes. With
Digging.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're digging in the earth. We're digging also North Korean soldiers dead
Oh.
out the earth. And then after that, we don't put them, hold them all out.
And then bury.
Yes, and after that, that working in trenches, so we go to that position.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a bunker, and before my bunker, my position as a gunner, it was lying and dead in a North Korean soldier about 6-7 meters from my position, and I take to old morning and afternoon, all 5-6 hours, I take colic
chalk powder.
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah. Smells bad.
it will smell.
Mm.
Yeah. I don't with take them away because I had maybe a mine under him.
Right. So when the bomb exploded 10 meters behind you, were you wounded at all? You were not wounded?
No, no, no.
No. So, wow, that was lucky.
Yes, I was good, but my friend behind me, he lost the kask, wie heet dat? Helm.
Helmet.
The helmet,
Mm-hmm.
because the explosion, and he was near that explosion. So the helmet was flying
Yeah.
a few meters away.
But he was not wounded either.
No many.
No. So when you found this lot of North Korean dead soldier buried in the earth, what did you think about it?
I was happy that was mine.
Yeah. Right. Does this still bothers you in the nightmare or in the dream?
No,
Not at all.
no.
But you said that you became a man, so that now you understand what the war was, right?
What the war was and what is life. That life has a certain value.
What is it?
Yeah, my idea was there, so as you kent this, I was aware, I was aware that life, one person cannot putting life away so light.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So life is so precious.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
that's because I. Zit het toch?
Sorry.
Als je geboren wat leven kast, wie zei je dat?
Okay, he learned.
Wat de wereld weer van leven.
Yeah. He got to appreciate like the value of life or
Life,
his life.
yes. So you appreciate the life itself,
Yes, that's right.
and you wanted to survive.
Yes.
Mm. But you were not afraid?
No.
No. So then let me ask this question. You saw so many deaths, no matter it's ours or theirs, the enemies. Still, there are a lot of wars in the world. What do you think about this? What does this war means to you?
Yeah, that war that was only political. All war is political.
Yeah.
And most of wars are so different, and the most blödsinn.
Okay, most words make no sense.
But
Because it's nonsense.
nonsense. So then let me ask this question. What is the importance of the Korean War? Is it also nonsense? Is Korean War nonsense to you, or what do you think about the Korean War? And
No,
if-
it's not nonsense, because it was two different political ideas, and one of them would incorporate the other, and it was not that way. That's because United Nations make it sure that certain countries could help the American forces to put them back to the north.
So it was against the communism.
Yes.
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 So that the Korean War makes sense to you. Is that right?
Yes.
I love this interview. Really, I really like this interview. So after that, you know, the White Horse is very famous hill,
Yes. Yes.
and that battle was really severe. So could you tell me more about the battle that you experienced there?
Yes. So at that time we was trenches and
Wolf Trench.
ambushes
Mm-hmm.
and wie nennt den?
Så du med?
Ik van het woord zelf niet meer.
Kan du es auch beschreiben?
Want dat is egal, daar kom je ja nooit op. En
Take your time. It's okay.
yes, and the White Horse, our platoon, the Luxembourg platoon, was about 600 meters at the front of the trenches, on a position on a small mountain, keep naming King.
King.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
and on that King OP,
I see.
King OP, we were about 400 meters away from the North Korean Beerartillerie.
Yeah, the artillery that was in hiding in the
Artillery of they are shooting directly to the objective.
Mm-hmm.
Not normally an artillery make a bow,
Mm-hmm.
and this is directly
Direct, yes.
yes, as same as
Gun.
a gun, yes. And there at that position we lost a sergeant. It was during 2 hours artillery fire, and some colleagues were told that the roofs of the bunkers falling off them, and he was the first on the place to save them, and he became artillery explosions. He kept in two parts.
So he
He's
sacrificed
dead.
his body
Yes,
to protect others. What's his name? Do you remember?
Morris, M-O-R-R-E-S, Morris,
Mm-hmm.
Robert, R-O,
Could you repeat it? L.
Morris,
Morris, and I know
Robert,
L.
R-O-B-E-R-T.
Robert. Okay.
Yes,
Was he Luxembourg?
yes, also.
So he died.
He was dying, yeah.
And so what happened after that?
Traurig.
They were sad.
Hmm?
They were sad that he was dead.
Yes,
Any
only a few hours, but because the next evening and night we sent always 2 men to positioned before the trenches to alarm again, to give alarm to the colleagues behind when we see or heard some from the North Korean or the Chinese.
So this is Morris robot.
This one, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Can you show that to the camera like that? We went to the museum yesterday
Yes.
and we saw that these two soldiers from Luxembourg died, being killed. 2 out of 85
Yes.
soldiers from Luxembourg. And that's how he died. That's a noble cause. He sacrificed his life.
Yes, he's the first here, the Stütz. He was killed in August,
Mm-hmm.
and 1 month later, the Morris.
1 month
52,
later.
yeah.
Mm. So what were you thinking? It wasn't you, but Morris. But what were you thinking about that?
Yes, I said that was just for a few hours, and we were. It is the same as in circus. The business must go on.
Business must go on. Show must go on.
Show must go on.
Thank you, sir. Mm. Any other story that you want to tell me about the White Horse?
No,
There are too
it was
many,
business as usual.
as usual. Were you wounded at all?
I was no wounded.
Oh, so you were very lucky.
Yes, I had just by training, I shoot on a stone before me, and
The bullets.
Grimlen, the splitteren,
Oh, the shrapnel of the bullet.
Oh,
splitting in my eye. But it was not schwer,
Not
graaf.
severe, right?
so any other episode you remember and still kind of bothers you? Battle experience?
Yes, in the beginning of November, I was in R&R
Mm,
in Yokohama.
mm.
That was in 5 days. They were good. It was just at the time as General Eisenhower was voted president.
How was Japan?
Japan. It was lucky, good, but after the war, as I was back here, I looked to buy some books of the Korean War or some other, or from the country.
Mm-hmm.
And then I read that Japanese were no good friends of Korea
Uh,
because, and so Japanese were falling down by me.
by you.
Yes, I don't like it, Japan.
Luxembourg was also German occupation.
Yeah.
So did you think about that when you
Yes,
said that?
now at that time, people here in Luxembourg said Deutsch, keeping as Deutschland. They say Deutsch.
Mhm.
I and my age, elder people at my age,
Yeah.
we said Preußen. Preußen is from Prussia.
Prussia, yes.
Yes.
Hmm. So what does
So
that mean?
that's certain people here in Luxembourg said it's no good to say Preußen because now that we must forget it and to say Deutschland.
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 So that's a kind of negative.
Yes.
Yeah. So Korea was under the Japanese colonial control for 35 years. How
Yes.
many years were you under the German occupation?
Yes, 2 times.
2 times.
As in 1418 and 1445.
Yes, so there is a problem between Japan and Korea. But the real problem is Germans, they did something really bad to the Jewish people and all the people around the Central Europe.
Yes.
But they say that we did wrong. They acknowledge what they did wrong and say we apologize, right? Do you agree that?
Yes, I read that Mr. Shinzo Abe has apologized for Korea for the war, but not for the for the wives who serve as
Yes, sex slaves.
sex ladies.
So that's the problem.
They would not canon.
Acknowledge, they don't acknowledge.
They would
that they-
yes. She would not that part of the war, and that I don't connect like that.
I mean, we have to move beyond the old past, but those people who been suffered has to be acknowledged by the people who harass them, right? Yeah, and they never really apologize sincerity, okay,
Yeah.
with the sincerity. So that is the problem. Yeah. I am very surprised that you are very straightforward.
Yeah, I read many books over Korea War, and also the history between Japan and with China, with Manchuria, Vietnam, the Siam,
Siam, Siam,
Siam, and Malaysia.
Malaysia, all
All the
Southeast
southeast,
Asia.
yes, all the southeast.
That's what Japan did during the World War II.
Yes,
And still they are not really coming out of it because they continue to deny or hurting us by saying that we didn't do nothing about it. Things like that. It's not good. So what kind of book? Can you give me some titles of the book that you've been reading about Korean War? What book did you like most?
I don't can give the titles.
Okay, but it's very. So you went to Yokohama, and then later you found out that Korea and Japan is not in good terms. So after come back from R&R, what did you do? Where were you? Were you still in the White Horse area, or did you move to another place?
No, it was an area. It was after. It was November. I can't remember the name of that country.
Right. But
That's near Chorwon.
Cholwon.
Near Chorwon, yeah.
So what did you do there?
Reserve.
Reserve.
And then we are going to the front end of December. And there we were over Christmas and for also New Year. And for Christmas, the helicopters bring us good menu.
Christmas menu.
Yes,
Food. So what did you eat?
turkey.
Turkey.
Yes,
What else? Did you drink whiskey at the time?
not in front. We don't have
You-
just beer.
Just beer.
Yeah.
So what is your favorite whiskey now?
Now you look at them. No, that is. I think I drink just the one a small,
Small amount.
small amount one time in the day. But my favorite whiskey is Daniels, Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniel. Yes, yes. I like that too.
Oh,
So what was it like to have a Christmas in December in Korea, which
Yes.
was very cold,
it's very
and
cold,
a
yes.
country that you never knew before? What was it like?
That was at the end of the time we had to stay in Korea, so it was a different ambiance. Ambiance.
We had different feeling.
Wie heet het van mij? Ja, ambiance.
Obvious?
Ambiance.
Uh-huh.
So we were on the way to give us a sense of joy to go back home.
Go back home.
It was less time,
Yes.
and as we say that we had that good turkey to Christmas. We were really happy at that time.
Happy. So when did you leave Korea?
In Korea, we lived in
Even in the
15 or 16th January 53. Dat is richtig, hè? Ungefähr, ja.
So when you were in Korea, did you write letter to your family? Did you have a girlfriend at the time?
Yes, we had a, please,
Hast du dem eine Freundin?
what?
Hast du eine Freundin dem
No,
du
no,
Girlfriend?
no, no.
You were a 20-year-old man. You didn't have any girlfriend?
No,
No?
I have many girls who I know,
Yeah.
but I never, not especially one.
Not especially. So did you write a letter to them?
No, just to my good friend and to my parents.
Your parents. What did you write about?
Huh?
Was hast du ihnen geschrieben?
Oh, they write also every time the things of the village and so, and family things, family histories and so on.
Mm-hmm. Did you receive letter from your parents too?
Yes.
What was it like to read your parents' letter in the war?
My parents sent me promote one letters, maybe two.
Mm-hmm.
I had the letters and with different déménagement, changing residence.
D'altre Sigplanat.
Yeah, because I changed many residences, so many of that parts are
Lost.
lost. Yeah,
Mm. Do you still keep that letter from your parents?
no,
No, you don't have any left.
not now.
No. So when you were in Korea, what was your rank?
Private soldier, PFC,
PFC,
PFC, private first class.
first class. How much were you paid? Do you remember?
Yes, we became 5,000 francs.
5,000 francs.
It was much. It was 120 francs per day, plus prime de guerre, war money.
Yes, the war payment.
Yes, payments.
Yeah. So altogether 5,000
5,000 francs
per month.
per month. My father has only 3,600 or 700 at that time.
Aha. So you were richer than your father. So what did you do with that money?
Yes, I sent it back home.
You did?
Yeah,
To whom?
3,000 francs.
To your parents?
Yeah, to my parents, all want during 6 months.
So did they keep that money for you or did they spend by themselves?
They keep it for me. And after the war, I was maybe 3.5 years by the army, and it was not paid money. So I became from my reserve at home.
Uh-huh. Reserve.
Yes.
Yes. And then what did you do? What was your job after the war?
No, Korea.
Yes, I was in Luxembourg by the army, and then I changed to the customs.
Customs.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me ask this question. When you said that you left January of 1953, Korea, what did you think about the war at the time? I mean, what was your feeling when you left Korea? Did you think that Korea would become like this today?
Hast du dem was gedurcht, wie dir vorgefuhr seht, dass Korea das Land gibt gehen, was der lo ist?
Yeah. I think so, yeah. I think my idea was that at that time of the war, a certain time with armistice
Armistice.
speeches. So it was at that time the news said that behind the armistice,
Mm-hmm.
and it would stay, and it was at that time. So I don't had another idea to that things.
I see. But Gilbert, that armistice has never been replaced by the peace treaty at all. It's been like 70 years. We are still at armistice. We are
Yes.
still at ceasefire.
Yes, I
What do
know.
you think about that? Do you know of any war?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Why is that? Can you give me any explanation about it? Why?
I don't can. The armistice is going for all but countries were fighting Korea, but South Korea not. It's crazy.
Yeah. South Korea was not in that armistice
Yeah.
either. You know a lot. So this is crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, for me it's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, do you know of any war that has lasted more than 70 years after official ceasefire?
No. I no. That's I don't can explain me that.
I don't understand either, right? So what can you do about it?
Nothing.
Nothing. Yeah, that's a very sad reality. So do you know the ranks of Korean economy now in the world?
I think the fourth or the fifth, maybe
Oh.
the sixth.
It's the 11th largest economy in the
11th?
world. Yeah, 11th.
Ah,
Can you believe that? The country you saw in 1952 and
as
53.
I go back at first time in 75. In 75, so we lost, we leave Seoul with many ruins. As I come 75, we were in the bus, and in the window there were a Schrift, the plakat.
A poster.
Yeah, was a poster, and that was read Belgium, Belgium, Luxembourg veterans. At first it was children from 5, 6, 7, 8 years. They coming to the bus, and they asked us to go out to greet them, to greeting them. And that was very impressionate. And naturally, that's all the new buildings and so on. Many old as stations in Seoul, and many new. So I had, during that time, it makes acquaintance of a reporter, journalist. He read in Veterans Journal. So he asked me, what is your meaning? I said, when I see what now here is in Korea, in Seoul, so I think our sacrifices were not in vain. And he agreed that.
So were you proud of yourself?
Sure.
When did you go back? I mean, that was first time you went back to Korea in
Yes.
1975. Have you been back to Korea since then?
Yeah, in 76, I managed a group of Luxembourg veterans with their wives, and I was back 79. At the days at President Park was killed.
So when you were in Korea, President Park was killed?
No, we were just back home.
Okay.
And then I was seven times to Korea, after that to congresses, to convention.
Convention.
To the convention with the
Other Korean War veterans.
yes, that's named International Federation of Korean War Veterans Associations.
I see. So what do you think about Korea now and the Korea before you saw? What do you think about this whole transformation?
With this big jump from that time to this time. But I think And it's not only in Korea. I think it is always in the southeast. That
Vietnam?
Vietnam also. I was in Vietnam, so in Hanoi, in Saigon, Ho Chi Minh Ville, and it is very that same. This very a big explosion in people, and also in the image of the country.
So there is such a good changes coming from Korean War in South Korea, right? Why we don't teach about this? Why it become a forgotten war? Why people do not talk about it? We don't teach in the school. Why is that? You gotta give me a good reason. Why?
I don't know. I don't can explain me that.
In Luxembourg, they
That's
don't.
because I think because the Vietnam War, where the Americans were very much involved,
Mhm.
and that at that time it was only Vietnam War and Vietnam War, and that because it's like maybe one cause that the Korean War got in the forgotten war.
Forgotten. But what about?
I was also aware to 6 peoples in Washington as by the dedication of the memorial,
Yes, Korean War.
Korean War memorial. It
Yes.
was interesting. And Bill Clinton was at that time president,
Yes.
and he had making a very good speech. And he said, Korean War was not a police action; it was really a war.
But what about in Luxembourg? Luxembourg didn't go to Vietnam War. Why we don't teach here about the war that you fought in Luxembourg?
And the first time as we come back, we were considered as adventurous and half gounder.
A burglar.
Yeah, we had not many contact with the population. Population
Mm-hmm.
forgot us,
Yeah.
and also during that comes all the time. It was not many people what interested by Korean War.
So that's why we are doing this. I want to preserve your direct witness, all things that you said about White Horse and Morris Roberts and everything, and then working with the National Museum of Military History and
Yeah.
History Teachers Association in Luxembourg,
Yeah,
so we can make a better lesson plan for the teachers about the war, and so that we can talk more about the war for future generation in Luxembourg. That's
Yeah.
why we are doing this.
I hope that same for the Korean.
Yes, we will do that too. Mm. Anything you want to say about your experience in Korea to the people in Korea who is going to commemorate the 70th anniversary of the breakout of the Korean War next year, 2020? Is there any special message to the Korean people?
I think when I are able to go to Korea for that time, I will go
Again.
again, yeah.
Mm.
And I think Elizabeth can go also to, yes?
I hope so.
I can take one person to help me
Yes.
as handicapped. So if you can go with me.
Yes. I will make sure that MPVA is aware of your intention so that you can be invited and going with Elizabeth together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me, you had a curiosity. It was an adventure to Korea, the country you never knew before. But now you've been to at least 10 times to Korea.
Yeah.
You fought there and you even understand the history of Korea. That what is Korea to you now? Now, what is Korea to you personally?
That's a good remember.
Mm. Good memory.
Yeah, good memory, yes.
What is good memory?
The war, during the war, and after the war, and by all my trips to Korea back,
Mm.
it was very interest by all my trips back to Korea. It was all time some news in the town. I was in Busan, Gyeongju, Haeinsa Temple, Gangneung, and how is the name of the mountains north of Gangneung?
Soraksan.
Yeah,
Soraksan.
yeah.
Yeah.
From there you can see the Kumgangsan.
Yes. I love this guy. So you are in love with Korea?
Yes, very, very.
Mm.
I have read some months ago. I read a lovely book, the history of Shenyang.
Chunhyang.
Yes,
Yes.
do you know that?
Oh yeah. Of course. Do you know Arirang?
Yes,
Can you sing?
not all.
But just part.
Uh,
Arirang.
Arirang, Arirang, Ario, Aria, Omi no Moganda. And that's finished.
Wow, this is amazing interview. I'm really glad to be introduced to you. I mean, we were in the National Museum and we heard that you had to go to hospital to just check.
Mm-hmm.
But I am back to you and I really enjoy the conversation with you and the way that you tell us about your experience. I think this need to be heard by the young generations and our history teachers so that they can talk more about the war that one soldier from Luxembourg remembers the Korean War.
Ja. Toen is het alles matkrit.
Maar Anfang was ich ganz froh, den Interview haben wir so gemacht zu hören und das aneben, weil hier nicht alles abgeholt wird, hoffen, dass nicht an die Geschichtsprofe kann weitergehen, dass sie das auch weiter mit Schüler können gehen, wie das dann so durch dein Interview über die Korea kriegt etwas Neues lernen.
Yes, that will be good.
So we are going to do that. And on behalf of Korean Nation and Ministry of Patriots and Veterans Affairs of Republic of Korea, we are doing this to commemorate 70th anniversary of the breakout of the Korean War. We are doing that. And I want to thank you for your fight and for your love of Korea.
Thank you. 감사합니다.
감사합니다.